Good afternoon. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I'm Ronke Giwa Onofuwa. President Bola Tinubu and suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara set to return to the country today ahead of Rivers' return to democratic rule on Thursday. Their return comes as the Rivers State sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, intensifies preparations to hand over power with a series of transition activities marking the end of the emergency rule in the state. According to the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president would resume official duties in Abuja immediately on arrival. Meanwhile, the convergence of Tinubu's return to Abuja and Fubara's comeback to Rivers heightens anticipation around the unfolding political transition as Ibas prepares to hand back power. Now, the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, have informed the federal government of plans to shut down public universities on September 22 if their demands are not addressed. The threat was contained in a 7-day ultimatum issued by the two unions through their Joint Action Committee, JAC, owing to issues of the non-renegotiation of the 2009 agreements, the exclusion of the inter-university centers in the disbursement of the 50 billion naira earned allowances, and the non-payment of the 2 months withheld salaries. JAC, in a letter addressed to the Minister of Education, accused the minister of treating non-teaching staff unions with levity, therefore noting that the renegotiation of 2009 Federal Government of Nigeria and NASU/SANU agreements had been delayed without any justification. Now, the Rwandan High Commissioner to Nigeria, Christophe Banzivamo, has commended Nigeria for its national leadership, unwavering commitment and readiness for national integration. Banzivamo, who disclosed this at an event in Oyo State, said that Rwanda is proud of its growing partnership with Nigeria, emphasizing on the bilateral agreement between the two countries, which he claimed is fostering connectivity between its people.
Permit me to partnership with Nigeria, build on strong and tangible milestones, establishing a platform for business-to-business cooperation. In this effort, Rwanda stands ready to collaborate. Together, we can share knowledge on digital trade facilitation, youth entrepreneurship. We can organize joint investment missions that connect Rwandan and the Nigerians businesses. We can build academic and research exchanges between our universities.
He added that Rwanda is ready to collaborate, establish a platform for business-to-business cooperation, and ensure the two countries' expansion and advancement in different sectors. Now, the acting governor of Oyo State, Barrister Bayo Lawal, paid a condolence visit to the family of slain journalist Peter Ojo, who was recently killed in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Dominion News correspondent Richard Ashalu has the report.
The visit took place at family's residence in Oke. The daughter of the deceased spoke with the journalist, recalling fond memories of her late father. She described him as a loving man and a passionate father who adored children. In an emotional...
Shocked when I heard it, and I was so sad. I miss a lot of things about him because he's such a nice dad. He loves kids. Alive. He's actually ready to see my WAEC result because we were about to collect it. That's when he died. So he couldn't see it because there were plans actually. But due to the fact that he couldn't see the WAEC result, so everything has just
Also present at the visit was the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Comrade Ademola Babalola, who described Ojo as a steadfast and hardworking crime reporter whose death came as a shock to the entire union.
It was an unfortunate incident for our union in Oyo State, for the community, for our dear state. Somebody of Ojo Peter, a renowned journalist who had contributed immensely to the security and the safety of life and property in our society. The news of his demise came to us as a rude shock because we never knew that he had even died 3 weeks earlier before we got the information recently.
The state government, however, pledged to support the bereaved family as investigation into the circumstances.
Now onto the foreign scene. A group of 14 West Africans deported from the United States to Ghana have all been sent to their home countries of Nigeria and Gambia, according to a Ghanaian government spokesman. Ghana's Foreign Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa pushed back on criticism that the decision was an endorsement of the United States President Donald Trump's migration policies, insisting Ghana accepted the third country deportees purely on humanitarian grounds. At a press briefing in the capital, Accra, Ablakwa added that Ghana did not receive any financial compensation from the U.S. over the deportation. However, lawyers of the deportees are questioning the legality of the whole process. Now, a United Nations Commission of Inquiry has accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza in a bid to destroy the Palestinians there, and blamed Israel's Prime Minister and other top officials for incitement. According to the UN Independent International Commission of Inquiry's chief, Navi Pillay, they stated grounds for the Commission's conclusion that 4 of the 5 genocidal acts defined under international law have been carried out since the start of the war with Hamas. Meanwhile, the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, is hearing a case brought by South Africa that accuses Israeli forces of genocide. However, Israel has called the case unfounded and biased. Now, Kazakhstan has banned forced marriages and bride kidnappings through a law that came into effect Tuesday. In the Central Asian country, where the practice persists despite new attention being paid to women's rights. Kazakh police said in a statement that forcing someone to marry received 214 complaints,